Grab your dice, your shield, and your sword. It's time to learn more about D&D from JoCat. Now, one question that a lot of people ask me, why didn't you play a Paladin? Why didn't you play a Paladin? Well, mainly it was because my DMs delighted anytime somebody decided they wanted to try to play a Paladin. A lawful character in my campaign? We're gonna see how long that lasts, because you will be re-rolling. You will be re-rolling fast and often, because Paladins did not exist with my DM. No. You see, you could try to play a Paladin, but we would see exactly how long that would last. The DM in my game had a really twisted sense of humor. Alignment tests, like, he would test your alignment to no good extent. So yeah, you can try to play Paladin if you want. You can try to play a Paladin if you want, but your alignment will be tested relentlessly. And the players that I play with wouldn't exactly, like, there was a guy who played, he would get the fortune of playing the rogue, or he would get the fortune of playing the sorcerer, or anything like that, and would do things that would quite literally turn into a party situation. Let's just call it a party situation. More often than not, this character was the cause of about 75% of the bull that we had to go through when we would go into any town. And we knew that they were going to start something every single time. I don't know why I played with this guy. Warpugs, the Paladin. The goody two-shoes of the D&D universe. Sometimes. 3rd edition Paladins were different. I haven't played anything past 3.5. To be honest with you guys, I played Pathfinder, I played 3.5, I haven't played 4th or 5th edition at all. Not at all. So let's jump into this. Paladin, you guys. Yeah, tier, let's go.
Boy, I love the smell of justice in the morning. There's nothing more satisfying than knowing the good name of Sword and Shield has traveled so far and wide that not even the Pokemon games are free from their incredible, awesome influence. And it's about time, too. You think I created this series to entertain and inform ignorant whelps of great hobbies their miserable lives are missing out on? Fuck no, it was to enforce the mighty name of the one true weapon pairing that triumphs all others. And if anyone were to step out of line, I'd bring down the wrath of which tear-ass children tell their parents to scare them before bedtime, and then collect the aftermath of the pants they all shit because it makes for great fertilizer. Welcome to a crap guide to D&D. Do you want to tank? Do you want to fight? Do you want a class that'll instill fright? Take up some plate and keep the goblins in sight, because you want to make sure they eat this Paladin smite! Yeah! Paladin is the first on a short list of hybrid style.
Terry Crews reference, Wall, Deus Ex Voltina, Hurt and Help, Give the Enemies an Existential Crisis, yes. Sasha Stout
classes, stealing a mix of features from both the fighter and the cleric, meaning it's better at physically painting the walls with blood than a cleric, but more gooder at grammar and spelling than a fighter. But it's also one of the few classes where role-playing becomes somewhat important. What? Role-playing in my role-playing game? They really should have put some kind of warning label somewhere. I'm not submitting to this shit. If I wanted to follow some sort of code, I'd become a pirate so that I could at least plunder some booty while I'm at it. Otherwise, fuck you, gods. If you want me to play your game of ethics, you can kiss my shiny plate mail. Alright, fine, just follow the code and don't do anything stupid that'll cause you to lose your paladin privileges, like a spoiled rich kid who's upset that he doesn't get a 4th Maserati to crash. Like the other all-up-in-your-grill-style physical fighting classes, you gain proficiency with every goddamn combat-oriented item in the universe. And yes, that does technically mean that you can optimally play a paladin without a shield and not have to worry about being a less effective contribution to your party, but if you do that, I'm telling you now that you're wrong and I hate you and you're a big, smelly doo-doo head. As a resident big fuck-off bringer of divine justice, your job is to harness the power of holiness or whatever other wacky power, depending on what oath you pick, to have everything else die while they bounce off of your full frontal crusade like a turd in the wind. That's true for just about every combat-focused class, but the Paladin is especially good at it, what with having the aforementioned fighter-cleric combo skill set. You get multiple attacks, channel divinity, a free vaccination, casting abilities, more auras than that one silly anime that nobody likes, which means you'll be so jacked that your mere presence will muscleify any nearby allies so that they look like a typical character from said silly anime that nobody likes. And lay on hands, a pool of health you can use to heal yourself or give a single hit point to your ally because that's all they deserve for not letting the rogue check the obviously booby-trapped room first. But we all know
Bay.
The real reason anyone picks Paladin, and that's to never cast any actual spells, but instead use your spell slots to imbue your weapon with various flavors of smite! Because what good is striking down the heretics and heathens of the realm if it's not in the elemental attacking equivalent of your god sports team colors? You can smite with fire, laser pointers, brain freezes, sick bassy drops, and cheese! Cheese for everyone! Sorry, I meant force. Force is what it says. What is this, Stargate? And now you know how to play... Wait a minute, what the hell is that noise?
This is probably, you know, the more the series goes on, the more I'm convinced this is the most accurate and relatable guide to D&D I've ever seen in my life. Flat out. Because playing the Paladin, there were 3 total Paladin roles in the games that I played for about, I don't know, 6 years? 3 total? And the second that anybody said anything about going anything other than the sword and board, the gnashing of teeth from everyone at the table was palpable. It was terrifying. So him acting like that about somebody picking something other than the sword and board, it's too accurate to actually describe. The sheer fact of the matter is the Paladin, above everything else, was expected to be just an uber tank. And that was pretty much all she wrote for the Paladin. The Paladin was never going to be anything special other than that. You were going to sit there and tank, you were going to like it, you were going to have sword and shield, and you were going to deal with it. And if your strength was below 16, you were going to have a short sword, and you're not going to get any drops whatsoever. That is it. Because, funnily enough, you're going to be going to raid every place known to exist, but at the same time, there's going to be a dozen loot drops for the rogue, or the rogue's going to steal everything before you get in the room. And the rogue is actually a druid, and it would be very, very wrong of you to accuse a devotee of a nature god of stealing. It would be very, very wrong of you to do that. Extremely wrong. Kevin. Warpugs, JoCat's a crap guide to D&D. This was the Paladin edition. And it made sense. Because sword and board is the only combination for a Paladin that you're ever allowed to have. Anything else is just uncivilized and unbecoming of your god. Warpugs, check the links in the description down below. Check my links as well. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button. I will catch you guys next time. I'm gonna go cry myself to sleep now, because I never got to play anything fun. Everything sucks. I'm gonna go cry now.